PMacMovies back. It is Monday evening. What's the date today? Monday, April 26th. And we have a brand new Dollar Tree sale. It officially starts Friday, April 30th at a Dollar Tree near you. They might even be out early. If you enjoy PMacMovies, take a look in the description section for ways that you can help out the channel. We do get some people who don't usually watch the videos here for the Dollar Tree ones. And I'll talk a little bit about these sales. So, how I do it, and people have gotten upset before about, you know, some of the, maybe the way I worded things and whatnot as far as these sales. The main thing is, you don't want to just buy anything because it's a buck. In my opinion, this is from my point of view. And I'm the type of person who, you know, I really enjoy these Dollar Tree sales, and I buy a lot. If it interests me, I buy it. It might get horrible reviews. It might be terrible. A bunch of them I put back too. But you don't want to buy everything because there's a lot of trash in there. There's some good stuff you can find in these, but there's a lot of trash too. And you know, of course I do buy a little bit of trash, but you don't want your collection to be just full of shit, so to speak. And I've talked about that before in other videos, and it you know, people took it as me being judgmental about being into these Dollar Tree sales. I buy a ton of stuff from these Dollar Tree sales. That doesn't even make any sense. But what I am saying is, you don't want your collection to just be, to have like a high percentage of crap in it. Can it have some crap? Of course. Of course. There's going to be some crap in this haul. Maybe even most of it. But at the same time, this is how I do it. I put a bunch in my little handheld thing. I go through, I look at reviews, I decide what I want to keep, what I want to put back. And, you know, I put back probably 10 movies or so. Maybe even more than that, I can't remember. But I got a bunch, I put back a bunch. There's always a reason why I'm getting what I get and why I put back what I put back. This isn't Pokemon. You don't have to catch them all. You don't have to collect them all. This is Dollar Tree. This is your movie collection. It's a buck, and you have to decide, do you want that movie in your collection or not, whether it's, you know, it's a buck or $5 or whatever. But anyway, obviously it being a buck is different than it being 10, 15, $20. Some people buy new releases like their Dollar Tree. Like, I see people showing off new releases and boutique stuff like their dollar movies. Those people must be loaded, baby. PMac's not loaded. Let's take a look at what I got from Dollar Tree here. So I went into the Dollar Tree today. I had some grocery shopping to do after work, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're not going to have them. But I'm going to check anyway. So they had the books out last Friday. They had the books out today. I'm like, I'll just go around checking the end cap things. You know, this isn't supposed to be an end cap. It's supposed to be the feature item of the week. But I'm just going to walk around and check. Sure enough, this store that usually puts them out early did put them out early. And I got a bag of goodies here. We're going to take a look at what old PMac got. First of all, a few items that I do already have. I got this Ip Man Origins. I did not, I wasn't sure if this was the same thing as the one I got on Blu-ray, the Ip Man season on Blu-ray. Apparently it is the same. This one says Ip Man Origins on it. So for some reason it's got a different title. I think the other one just said Ip Man on it. So I'm going to keep this sealed and then just exchange this for another Dollar Tree movie. I did get Batman Ninja, which I already have. I got this on Black Friday years ago. It's pretty solid. It's pretty decent, definitely for a buck. And it has the digital code, so I actually snagged up a deuce of those for the codes. And then I grabbed for the code Search Party here, which I did. I do also have this one. I've never, haven't watched this movie yet. I got this from Hamilton Book, which if you shop on Hamilton Book, a lot of their stuff ends up at Dollar Trees, which I paid $5, $6 for a lot of stuff that I'm seeing people find in this Dollar Tree sale. However, when you buy from Hamilton Book, you know, you're supporting a small company. Dollar Tree is a big, you know, a big evil corporation. I preferred to support Hamilton Book. Let's start with the DVDs. And, you know, another thing with these sales is you'll just get boxes and boxes full of the same thing. And it is pretty regional. So I jotted down what other people are finding. And there's a lot of stuff that I did not find. And if I remember after I show what I got, I'll read off some of the ones I was looking for. But let's take a look at the DVDs. Like I said, I passed on quite a few, including some that got actually like good reviews, but it was just like the subject of this movie isn't necessarily something that I'm interested in. So I put it back. And then a few horror movies, like they're, you know, for $1, you know, maybe it's worth. I got so many movies though. Do I really? I'm never gonna watch them. So I put a bunch back. This is actually, I didn't realize this at the store. This is actually a Film Movement release. And Film Movement, not to be confused with Bowel Movement, which is a totally different thing. Not funny, PMac. But Film Movement, their movies tend to be quite expensive. Like, I've gotten their Blu-rays from sales, and they're even in a sale, they're like $15 each. So to get this for $1 is good, and this is compared to like 1984 and some other movies like that. Ooh, I dropped it. Almost, I caught it. It is The White King. I did open this one because another thing you wanna be careful. You wanna open these right when you get them and check the DVDs, because some of them have you know, kind of that like film or like almost like a rot or like a humidity type thing on them. This one looked fine. But some of them will be, you want to check the disc and make sure that the disc is good. It's hard to describe. It's like a cloudy type of thing. You will see that on some items from Big Lots and Dollar Tree. But this one actually has like the Film Movement little pamphlet with various Film Movement movies in it. Like I said, I do have a few of these. What are some of the ones I have? Violent Cop, Boiling Point, Kamikaze 89. I got those on Blu-ray, baby. It'll be interesting to see if Dollar Tree gets some more of these Film Movement ones, because these would be pretty hot items. And I don't, if they have any more Film Movement ones, let me know, because I would definitely be looking to snag them up. Some little artsy-fartsy stuff. This one actually sounded really good. Apparently, this is they turned it into Cold Pursuit with Liam Neeson. So this is like the original Swedish version. In Order of Disappearance here, a magnet release starring Stellan Skarsgård. Bruno Gans is also in this. And a bunch of people I don't know. I've liked some of the Swedish movies that I've seen. So I was pretty excited to get this. It's also compared to Fargo. It says full of icy landscapes and icier hearts, flashes of Fargo and Quentin Tarantino. So these are a couple, for $1, these were a couple fantastic finds. What else do we got here? I was looking for this one, Anna and the Apocalypse. This sounds pretty good. It's like a musical, is it like a musical horror? I'm not sure. But it sounded pretty good. I don't know a ton about it. Just looking at the back of it, it doesn't like look like it's horror, but I just thought it was, yeah, you know, it looks like it's got like zombies, something like that. And I think I read it's like a musical horror. It's a zombie apocalypse movie. So that one should be pretty interesting. This one, I was thinking I might already have this for some reason. I don't think I do, and I think I saw 2 copies of this one there. Fender Bender. Scream Factory, Fender Bender. I think I heard that this one's actually a fairly decent recent horror movie. And I like to get the Scream Factory ones when I find them. They're not all good, but I've definitely found some indie gems from Scream Factory. Wildling's out there, the Wildling DVD. I already have it on Blu-ray. I don't think I've watched that movie yet. But like I said, some of these Scream Factory, especially the IFC Midnight ones, there's some really good ones. This is not an IFC Midnight, but I think I've heard kind of mixed things about it. There was another Scream Factory. This one I almost put back, but I figured, it's Scream Factory, I'll get it. It didn't sound like it was very highly regarded. It is Ambition here on DVD. It said, inspired by thrillers such as Carrie and Black Swan. I love those movies. And then it says, a realm where desire and revenge converge into questionable reality. It got bad reviews from customers and critics, but I decided to go ahead and get it for $1. Scream Factory, beer myself. Like I said, I did put back a lot of like indie horror stuff, but Scream Factory, I'm usually going to get those. I got an Olive Films movie, Diary of a Chambermaid. I really know nothing about it, but pretty much anything Olive for $1 I will get from 1946, 86 minutes. Snag that one. This one, I'm pretty sure I've seen people get this on Blu-ray and other sales. I never found it on Blu-ray in other sales. I decided to go ahead and plunk down the $1 for it. If I find it on Blu-ray for $1, I'll grab it. The Eyes of My Mother. Hands down one of the best horror movies of the year, says Bloody Disgusting. You can find some good stuff, and it looked like this actually did get good reviews. You can find some good stuff at Dollar Tree, but for every good thing, there's 10, 15, 20 piles of poop, so keep that in consideration. Now, this one I already have. I got this for 50 cents or $1 at the pawn shop. Probably 50 cents. And it was like a rental copy, so it wasn't in mint condition. It didn't have the slipcover. I went ahead and got High Rise on DVD, starring Tom Hiddleston, Jeremy Irons, Sienna Miller, Luke Evans, Elizabeth Moss. I think I watched a portion of this movie, and I didn't finish it. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great either. But I'll watch the rest of that eventually. We got a few more DVDs. I believe this is an Australian movie. Boar, a Shudder exclusive. This is put out by RLJE. And it looked like it got pretty decent reviews for this sort of movie. It was like, about 50-50. This was a cool one. I have a bunch of the Hell on Wheels seasons. I think I have seasons 1, 2, and 3 on Blu-ray. They had season 4 on DVD. Now, I think this is a Canadian version of it. It says Government of Alberta on it, so it looks like this is a Canadian one, but that's fine with me. It did get a little bit damage on the top. I think I only saw one copy of this, so this one might... I know I've seen other people get it, so it's not like horribly rare, but there was quite a few boxes at this store and only one copy of that. And then, man, this looks familiar too. Do I already have this? This looks awfully familiar. But with slipcover, we got Protector 2, which I do have the Protector on Blu-ray I got from Hamilton Books. So now I have Protector 2 with a nice slipcover. Magnet does do very nice slipcovers. I do like their slipcovers. And some fun movies, too. Alright. This one's actually a duplicate also. It is Spider-Man 2, which of course I already have, the Tobey Maguire one. Really, a really good one. Probably the best out of those Tobey Maguires. But this should have the ultraviolet code with it, hopefully. Yes, it does. So Spider-Man 2, bought these movies so many times. So many times. The rest of the Blu-rays, I believe I do have this, but it's on DVD. And it is Hell Ride here on Blu-ray from executive producer Quentin Tarantino. This is a Dimension release, and it does star Michael Madsen, Eric Balfour, Vinnie Jones, David Carradine, Dennis Hopper. So yeah, I think I only have this on DVD. It's possible that I already have the Blu-ray of this, but I think I have like a 50-cent DVD copy from the pawn shop. Whew, I don't know about this one. It is The Steam Engines of Oz. I don't really know what this is. Based on the graphic novel of the same name comes a modern steampunk twist on the classic Oz mythology. It's got Ron Perlman, William Shatner, and Julianne Howe's voice acting abilities. 79 minutes. I don't know. For $1, I'll snag it. Then we got Yu-Gi-Oh! Bonds Beyond Time. Actually, Charmy likes this. I think me and Charmy were watching some Yu-Gi-Oh! And is that I think Dollar Tree had some Yu-Gi-Oh! Seasons, if I remember correctly. It looks like this was put out in 2014. It's a short one. I looked into this before I went there. It's only 50 minutes, so it's like the length of an episode, not very long. We do have this one, which has 2 movies on it, and I think I saw 2 copies of this. It is the Mill Creek release of Lilith, starring Warren Beatty, Peter Fonda, and Ship of Fools, starring Vivien Leigh, Lee Marvin. Yeah, I really don't I don't know much about either of these movies, but for $1, I'll snag that. Looks like they have HD audio. These old Mill Creek releases are always fun. Then we have a movie, Jason Patric's in this. It is called Gangsterland. I know nothing about this movie, but I snagged it up. Put out by Cinedigm. Looks like it's set during the 1920s Prohibition. Al Capone recruits amateur boxer Machine Gun Jack McKern to help fight the Irish and protect his empire on the crime-ridden streets of Chicago. Let's see, how long is this thing? 88 minutes. Alright, and then we got, this has got to be a classic. I just couldn't believe they had this. Left Behind, starring Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage has so many of these $1 Dollar Tree movies. I remember finding that Stolen movie. I think it's called Stolen. That's been a staple of Dollar Tree hauls. Nicolas Cage. Blu-ray.com gave this movie a 1 out of 5, which is just brutal. But this is apparently a remake of, the Kirk Cameron Christian series of Left Behind movies. And it just sounds like it's terrible, apparently. It's just terrible. I see a plane flying into buildings. That's what it looks like there. A plane flying into buildings, which is, Nicolas Cage, Chad Michael Murray also stars in this. How could they make it that bad, How could they make it that bad? Up next, I actually already have this, but I bought a used copy of it, so I got this nice mint slippy, close to mint slippy version of Skin Trade, starring Dolph Lundgren and Tony Jaa. And actually, me and Charmy watched part of this. I see what's-his-face is in this. Man, this is a star-studded cast. Peter Weller, Ron Perlman, Jai White. This has got the who's who of stars. This girl's really attractive too. Is it Selena Jade? Looking good. It's a fun one. I think it was pretty fun. This one, this is actually a really cool version of it. It is Survival of the Dead, and it's got a really nice slippy there. Holographic slipcover. That's nice. It is written and directed by George A. Romero. And I believe this is another one I got from the pawn shop for like 50 cents or $1. And, you know, this movie's been in these Dollar Tree sales before, too, so. But it is a really nice slippy. It's a nice package here. The Ultimate and Undead Edition. George Romero just kept busting these out, huh? Let's take a look here what we got. Yeah, so they had this with the slipcover and without it. They had 2 copies with the slipcover, and actually there was a girl, it looked like she was going to be buying the other copy there when I was at the store. Up next, another one that I believe I have the DVD with the slipcover from a previous sale. Man, this is a nice slipcover. I'm telling you, Magnet knows how to do their slipcovers. Officer Down here on Blu-ray. Crime never sleeps, but justice never dies. If you thought Deadpool was sick, you ain't seen nothing yet. Officer Down. Savage LA policeman who is repeatedly resurrected and returned to active duty through dark science technology. Sounds kind of like that Maniac Cop. It reminded me of that Maniac Cop movie, which I think there's 3 or 4 of them. I've seen the first one. This movie's actually supposed to be a pretty decent movie, but it looks like it's like a, I don't know if this is it's Middle Eastern. I don't know if it's like a terrorism movie. I'm not really into those. It is called The Attack, and I'm pretty sure Hamilton Book had this, and I was looking into it, but I was like, But for $1, I'll go ahead and get it. It looks like it's supposed to be a pretty good movie. A lot of this terrorism stuff is propaganda, in my opinion, but what can you do? Red vs. Blue, Season 11 here. They also had Season 10, but I already have that. Apparently, this is 120 minutes. So this is basically the length of a movie. This one I have the DVD of, which my pal Jaron sent me the DVD of this. But now I was able to upgrade to Blu-ray. Is Walton Goggins in like every Western? Walton Goggins is in a lot of movies. Diablo here, starring Scott Eastwood. Camille Bell is also in this. Not bad. Danny Glover. Danny Glover's in this. Diablo. Glad to find that one. Is this it already? This one I was happy to find. This actually is another one that was on DVD in a previous sale. Supposed to be a pretty good movie. It is Sushi Girl. It was one I was hoping to find, and I did indeed find it. This one I think gets pretty good reviews, actually. Tony Todd, Mark Hamill, and a few other folks are in this one. A few other folks. I'm going to go to a list on my cell phone for some other movies that people have found that I'm looking for. First, Blu-rays. Belcantro, Berlin Job, Cleaning Lady, Final Girl, Grand Seduction, Gringo, Hansel and Gretel, Late Bloomers, Mission of Honor, which I did see the DVD with slipcover for Mission of Honor, Neverland, Nomad the Warrior, Pirates of Somalia, Rampant, which is a Well Go. I have the DVD of it from a previous sale, but now they got the Blu-ray. Reef, Silencer, which is another one I did see the DVD of. Stagecoach, Texas Jack Story, Suddenly, Traded, Trick with slipcover. I do have Trick, which I paid like $5 for from Hamilton Book, without the slipcover, but I'm hoping to find one with the slipcover. chances that I find any of these in this area, very, very slim. Because usually, you know, they had like 20 boxes at that store. So usually all the stores in this area get like the same stuff. Unbroken Path to Redemption, Unlikely Heroes, VHS, and Words and Pictures. Those are some of the ones that I was looking for that other people have found. And then some DVDs. Dead Ant, From Dusk Till Dawn, Season 1, Master Z, and No Mercy. Those are the DVDs that I was looking for. And there might be some more. I'll be looking through people's lists and stuff. But, you know, some people will find them. And it can be like on the West Coast, people are getting different stuff than over here and stuff like that. So it would be nice to be able to find everything. But, you know, it doesn't work that way. But I thank you guys for tuning in, watching the video. I do appreciate it. And hope you guys are hoarding, finding what you want from Dollar Tree and snagging them up. Let me know what you've snagged during this sale. Let me know your thoughts on what I snagged during this sale. And again, if you do enjoy my videos, take a look in the description section for ways that you can help out the channel. We will see you next time on PMacMovies, baby.